Champa.
Comedy Studio, how are we doing? Look, let's get right into it. I apologize if this is a little bit vulgar, but tell me if you guys agree with this. I think it's weird that the expression "suck my dick" is another way of saying "fuck you," when it should be another way of saying "I need a favor." You know what I mean, though? Like something that's good for you but unpleasant for them. Like, hey man, can you help me move this weekend? You'd really be sucking my dick. We got any motorcycle riders in the room tonight? No, I'm the only fucking badass here. I always feel like such a badass when I'm riding a motorcycle, man. You know, with the radio on, and the wind in my hair, and my arms around my dad. Thanks for the ride, Dad. I'm at the point now where my own body has started sending me signals that it's time to lose weight. Like the other day, out of nowhere, I had a bathroom emergency. And I had to literally sprint to the nearest bathroom to keep from shitting my pants. And I'm pretty sure it's just my body being like, let's make him have to shit so he runs a little. You guys ever get a targeted ad on Facebook that feels like a personal attack? I'll tell you what it was for me. I started getting ads for these desensitizing wipes that are supposed to help with premature ejaculation. How would the targeting algorithm even know that about me? You know what I mean? Like, I was pretty sure our phones were listening to us, but now it's fucking timing me too. It's fucked up, right? My first instinct was maybe that the ads were based on my Google history. I didn't remember searching anything like that, but I thought maybe I was drunk and forgot. So checked my search history, and sure enough, there it was, coping with premature ejaculation. And that's when I remember that my wife also uses that computer. All right, so this side of the room got it. Do you guys understand? Do you guys caught up? I was conflicted about it because my first thought when I saw that was, I hope that search isn't about me. Then I was like, I hope it's not about somebody else, right? Because the only thing more embarrassing than finding out you have premature ejaculation is finding out you're being cucked by a guy who has premature ejaculation. Like, damn, this is what I've driven my wife to? Holy shit, So anyway, I bought the wipes. Because either I have premature ejaculation or I'm going to be single soon and my dick game's got to be on point, right? I'll tell you guys something personal about me for a change. I grew up in a country called Portugal. And when we first moved there, my parents didn't speak any Portuguese at all, so they taught themselves how to say, I'm sorry, but I don't speak Portuguese, in case anybody tried to talk to them. But they started to notice that anytime they said that to someone, the person would say back, what are you talking about? Of course you speak Portuguese. So my parents would say, well, I speak a little, but not very well. Kind of makes sense, right? But about 6 months into our time there, somebody finally explained to my parents that they'd been confusing the word that means I speak with the word that means you speak. True story, meaning that for 6 months, anytime a Portuguese person tried to talk to them, my parents were like, I'm sorry, but you don't speak Portuguese. And the person would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course I speak Portuguese. And my parents were like, well, you speak a little, but not very well. I'm going to talk a little bit about my wife tonight. One of my wife's favorite hobbies is to get really, really stoned and then Google weird shit on the internet and then tell me about it wrong. It's the best way I can think to describe it. Like a few months ago, we're on the couch, I look over, I see she's on the Wikipedia page for the song Cotton Eye Joe. Where we all go from time to time, and she's scrolling through the list of versions of that song that have been released throughout the years. It's actually a really old song. And she came to one that was released in 1942 by a man named Adolf Hoffner. She's high on edibles, she leans over to me, she goes, "You are not gonna believe this. Hitler put out his own version of Cotton Eye Joe." I was like, I can't believe I have to say this, but no, he did not. That's the most absurd sentence I've ever heard. But I wish I didn't call her out on it. Like, I wish I just let her file that away as a fun little trivia nugget, you know? You could watch her try to impress people with that at parties. Like World War II comes up at a dinner party. She's like, you know, interesting fact about the Fuhrer. Also, my wife is half Jewish. She's got a ton of Jewish family. It would have just been a matter of time before I got to watch her publicly confront a DJ for playing Cotton Eye Joe at a bar mitzvah. My favorite part, though, is that the song was released in 1942. Like, babe, I think Hitler was kind of in the middle of something in 1942. I don't know, they had a lot of free time to be laying down tracks in the studio. Like it was like, well, I've conquered Europe, and now it's time for me to conquer the charts. My wife and I, we don't have any kids, although we're thinking about having one in the next couple of years, but I don't know if we're ready yet, because we still catch ourselves doing really immature shit sometimes. Like, a few months ago, I had to take my wife to the ER because she drank way too much when she was out partying with her friends, and I was pretty sure she was going to have her stomach pumped. This story is 100% true. She's totally fine now, but she was so sick on the ride to the hospital that she was convinced she was going to die. She kept being like, "I'm going to die." I'm like, "You're not going to die." She's like, "I'm going to die." I'm like, "You're not going to die." She goes, "Name our daughter after me." How would that even work? Like, what daughter? Like, you're not even pregnant. Unless you are, in which case we really need to talk about your drinking. This is fucked up, young lady. I think what she was trying to say was that if she died and I remarry and I have a kid with someone else, I should name that daughter after her. This is a pretty big ask for my new bride, I think, right? Like, she goes into labor, I'm like, "Hey babe, I probably should have brought this up earlier, but you mind if we name our daughter after my first wife who died from alcohol poisoning?" Put her on her great life trajectory, right? Yeah. Actually, kind of a little bit of a follow-up on that story. I actually just found out that my wife is pregnant. Yeah. Thank you. We're really excited. Although when she first told me, I was pretty drunk and disoriented, so I was like, "Are you sure?" And she showed me 3 positive pregnancy tests, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, triplets?" Yeah, I'm worried that I'm not going to be a good father, mostly because I'm not a good uncle. My sister asked me if I wanted to watch my nephews this week, and I was like, "Do I want to watch my nephews? I don't even want to watch the videos you send of my nephews. They're so boring." Look, I know this is going to sound bad, but I took out a life insurance policy on my wife. Yeah, I know. She acted like I was going to have her whacked or something. I tried to explain to her, it's only a $10,000 policy. Like, I'm not going to kill anybody over $10,000. And also, I Googled this just for the argument. It costs $30,000 just to hire a hitman. My point is, if you're putting out a hit on someone with a $10,000 policy, you're not doing it for the money. You just really want them dead and you've got a coupon. right? All I know is nothing better ever happened to this woman now, right? Like the cops would just like look at my search history and be like, so let me get this straight. You took out a life insurance policy on your wife and then immediately Googled how much does a hitman cost? And I'd have to be like, yeah, fair enough. I see how that looks. I'll go quietly. But since you're in my search history, if you could not tell anyone about the premature ejaculation, you'd really be sucking my dick. You guys, my name's Tim Champa. You've been so much fun. Have a great night.